Hello everyone, my name is Blackwatch and welcome to a video that's not Siege related. I've not done one of these in a long time, but don't worry, Siege videos aren't going anywhere. You're going to be getting your videos every week as standard. And so this is more of a sort of break for a chance to look at something different that I've been playing a lot recently. And if you're a Siege player, I really think you should stick around because I think you owe it to yourself to try this game. It's out on all platforms now. It was recently released on PlayStation 4, so any platform you can still have a go on this as long as it's not Switch. And it has a lot of the things that Siege has and ticks a lot of the boxes that Siege does, so I really think this is worth you trying out. So in Hunt, you're a bounty hunter that can go into lobbies either as a solo, a duo, or a trio, and it's set in the late 1800s in Louisiana, so you're only using period-specific weaponry, like single-action revolvers and long rifles that have bolt actions and all sorts of stuff. Classic Wild West cowboy-style weapons. And in the game, you're going up against all sorts of monsters. You've got zombies, you've got evil devil dogs, you've got massive bosses like the assassin that we've just killed here, and more. And all of these enemies are there to kill you, obviously. But the bosses that I mentioned are the ones that you really want to go for, because each boss, when killed, after banishing, drops a bounty token. What you want to do is go there, kill the boss, banish it, take the bounty token, and then escape from the map at one of 3 extraction zones within the map. Unfortunately for you, there are other bounty hunters in the game who are wanting to do the exact same thing, and they can and will kill you to do it. So, with those bounty hunters in mind, you'll find that you're contending against probably around about 10 other ones in one lobby. It can vary, it really depends, and there's no population count when you go in, so you're just kind of at the mercy of your lack of information. All you do know is that there may or may not be someone nearby, and they are going to try and kill you for your bounty. So being the first person to engage a boss might seem like the ideal thing, because you can kill them quickly and then be out of the map, but it doesn't always work that way. In this particular match, you can see us having killed the boss and having claimed the bounties, and when I look on my dark sight, which is the thing you use to locate the clues that will show you where the boss is, when you've picked up a bounty, you actually get a boost to your dark sight that increases your sensitivity to that particular conjuring nastiness, and will essentially show you where people are. It's like a little mini wall hack that you get for 5 seconds, and it's a way to give bounty holders a chance to survive against ambushes. And an ambush we certainly are dealing with in this match. We're surrounded by at least 2 other teams who are all here to kill us, kill each other, and claim the bounty. So when you're in this particular mode, you are only in to grab the bounty and leave. There is another mode, there's a quick play mode, but I'm not going to talk about that today. We're just talking about the main bounty hunt mode. You want to try and get to the extraction as soon as possible after you've got the bounty, or if you want to go for the other bounty on the map, because sometimes you can get 2, even 3 bounties spawning at once, you're more than entitled to do that. You'll get significantly more rewards for doing so, but you're putting yourself at the risk of running into other teams who are fighting the other bounty. Now, our locations, or more specifically the 2 of us who have the bounties locations, are marked on the map at all times by a lightning streak. So any player can just check on that at any time and see where we are in real time as we run. This is a scary thing. In Hunt, there are many, many scary things, and this is something you'll come to learn if you do play the game. It's incredibly tense. It has a lot of the tension that you find in Siege when it's coming towards the end of the round and you know a push is coming, but you don't know where from for sure, and it's just that lack of information and the sound design and the atmosphere that makes it so good. I think this is honestly, for multiplayer terms, one of the best horror games on the market. Scarier than Dead by Daylight? Absolutely. Once you played Dead by Daylight for a little bit, you don't really get that same fear that you would on the first playthrough. But playing it now, playing Hunt, I still get a little bit scared on those night maps when, especially if you're alone, you never know who's going to be waiting in a bush to take you out. See, this sneaky little guy here, just hiding, barely visible, and I managed to take him out, thankfully, but all it takes a lot of the time is a single headshot, and these rifles and pistols hit hard. You do not get much of a chance to recover after someone's attacked you, so you've really got to make those shots matter. And it comes back to that sort of classic Siege style gameplay where every action matters, every shot matters, and if you miss that shot when you don't have a follow-up ready straight away, it's going to punish you. So it rewards accuracy, it rewards patience, and it rewards basically just being able to sustain the pressure. If you get pushed to do something that's going to put you in a dangerous position and you do it, then there's every chance that that's going to be enough to kill you. Now, the other thing that this game has that adds an extra layer of tension that I absolutely love, and I think it makes the progression so much more rewarding than other games, it's the fact that your hunters that you take in are limited to a single life. And I don't mean that in the sense that once you die in the game, you don't respawn until the next match. Once your hunter dies in the game and isn't revived, your hunter is dead forever. You don't get the hunter back. You lose that person with that appearance, with that name, with the upgrades that you've got on them, and all their gear is also lost in the bayou, and you're not getting it back. Now, as a result of this, one of the main reasons why you'll want to get the bounty is because it gives you more hunt dollars, and hunt dollars is what you use to spend on hunters that you recruit. It was what you use to spend on their equipment, so their guns, medkits, knives, all these things that you need to survive in the world of Hunt. And if you don't have enough, then you're going to be punished more and more because you're going to have to take budget gear into fights. And so knowing that these hunters that you can really invest time and care into, especially if they have a name that you like, an appearance that you like, it's a way for you to sort of build a personality onto them. And knowing that that hunter could be killed and lost at any time, it's a really weird feeling. It attaches you to your character more than it does in any other game I've played. And it's a big part of the reason why I enjoy it so much, because there is such a risk every time you go in. There's obviously a risk in Siege, because anything you do can be the difference between your team winning and losing at the end of the day. So it's the same kind of tension, just in a slightly different package. Now, you're probably thinking, just by looking at the way that it plays, that it looks a little bit clunky. And I can understand that impression, definitely. The reason why you think this is because I'm using the Hunter aiming variation. So with this one, you're always holding your gun up like this. So it's not ready to fire there. And this means that you can use it as a melee weapon. It's not going to deal as much damage as a dedicated melee weapon, but it means that you have that versatility to be able to smack somebody with the butt of your pistol or the butt of your rifle as a quick response. Now, what you have to do when you're using this is you would use your normal aiming input, so that would be your right click or your left trigger, and that will then bring you to be ready to fire, essentially. It's essentially a hip fire. And then there's one more process if you want to actually aim down the sights themselves. This versatility in terms of how you control your aiming and how you dictate the way that you play the game in terms of your aim it's a really different kind of play. It's very, very interesting. It's a kind of play that I feel rewards deliberate action and patience. And patience is a big element in Hunt. It's one of those games where you can go too fast, and if you do go too fast, you can be punished for it. But also, if you go too slowly, you'll be punished just the same. It's a dynamic of time spent doing something that will make noise that may attract players, versus being so slow and so patient and so stealthy that you're actually easier to kill. A slow moving target in Hunt is usually a dead target, but a fast moving target that's too aggressive is a very loud target and an easy target to find. So you have to find that balance of stealth versus anger and speed. You know, you have to be aggressive, but you also have to be reserved, and you need to know when to pick your shots. A shot fired too early at an inopportune moment can sometimes be enough to give you away and force the enemy's hand into killing you prematurely. But if you take your time and you balance it, sometimes it can be a little bit easier to actually get that kill that you're hoping for. But the main thing that really draws me back to Hunt every time is the satisfaction I feel when I play the game because of its fantastic gunplay. The gunplay feels solid. When you hit something, you really feel that hit every time. The hit marker, the sound of the hit, the sound of the weapons themselves, All of these things add together to give you that kind of satisfaction that you feel when you're playing Siege and you manage to get that headshot, and you know that little red cross that just cascades across the front of your screen is absolutely delicious. And Hunt has that in abundance. It is a chunky, clunky, fantastically fun game, dripping in atmosphere, dripping in horror, and it's unlike anything else I've played. Ask any of my friends I play with at the moment. If I'm not on Siege, I'm on this, and I have not stopped since I bought it. It is an incredible game, and you owe it to yourself to give it a go. I know for a fact it has a 2-hour trial on Xbox. Take advantage of it. It's in the best state that it could possibly be just now. It's very, very well optimized. It plays smoothly on Xbox. Strange one, that one. Plays very smoothly on Xbox. There's loads of new weapons and characters and all sorts of things. It's just such a good game, and I really think if you give it that time, if you give it a chance, you will genuinely enjoy Hunt Showdown, and you'll get the same kind of satisfaction that you would get out of playing Siege and other one shot, one kill games. It's just really fun. Even when your controller disconnects in the middle of a firefight, it's still really fun. If you like horror, if you like FPSs, if you like battle royales that have a bit of balance to them, because I like the concept of battle royales, don't get me wrong. I enjoy playing Apex Legends at the start, but the trouble I have is I don't like the fact that I can go into an uneven playing field. I don't want to be killed by someone who survives purely because they were lucky enough to find higher armor than I have, or a better weapon than I have. I want to be killed by someone because I have managed to hit the stronger shot, and so the one-shot headshot thing makes a big difference. There are very few guns in this game that won't kill someone in a single headshot from a reasonable range, and as a result, it's an equalizer in terms of skill. Now look at this. Just take a moment. I mean, it's just pure gold. Please, guys, try this game out. If you've tried a battle royale and you've not enjoyed it before because of the unbalance, this will be the solution. Fantastic game. Do svidania, everybody. Bye-bye.